Hola, estudiantes. It's Mrs. Santiago here, and I am going to help you with the notes on pedir and servir. I am in your OneNote, Chapter 6, Food and Meals, page 25, pedir y servir. I'm going to get rid of the table of contents. I'm going to enlarge this, and let's start the notes. The verbs pedir and servir are grouped together because they can both be used in a restaurant and they have a similar stem change. So let's take a look. ¿Qué tú pides? ¿Qué tú pides en el restaurante? ¿Y qué sirve tu mamá por el desayuno? So pedir and servir are stem changing verbs and they go from an E to an I in the root. The E in the stem changes to an I in all forms except nosotros. Because of that, we call this a boot verb. Examples. En Mighty Taco, yo pido 2 tacos vegetarianos con aguacate. Yo pido 2 tacos vegetarianos. En mi cumpleaños, mi madre sirve un bizcocho. 2 tacos vegetarianos con aguacate y un bizcocho. Muy bien. Okay, so let's chart these out. So pedir means to order in the context of a restaurant. But I also want you to know that it can mean to ask for. Because sometimes you're not ordering, right? You can ask me for a pencil and you're not ordering a pencil, you're just asking me for one. So pedir, to order or ask for. So we're going to, it's a 3-step process, right? We're going to chop off the ending. We're going to change the stem. And then step 3, we're going to add back in the correct endings. Okay, add. And that will be the same for both verbs, those 3 steps. Okay, so as we change, we're going to change this E to an I. So it becomes P-I-D everywhere. Except now you know that when I get back to nosotros, I'm going to go back to the original stem, P-E-D. Okay. Now I've made the stem changes. Now I'm going to add in the endings. Yo ends in O, so it's pido. 2, I always think you have 2 big toes, and toes ends in an ES. Okay, toes. Pides. Remember, IR and ER verbs take the same ending except in nosotros. Yo pido, tú pides, any one person or thing. Okay, pide, one person, one vowel. Then I'm going to jump over here and go to ellos, ellas, ustedes, any 2 or more people that doesn't include you. I always think about they go in the van, and then I remember this is the N area. So this is piden. Okay, so now, though, I'm going to go back up. Remember, this is an IR verb, so this becomes pedimos. I-M-O-S because it's an IR verb. Okay, if I were to take my highlighter, and let me go to like orange and draw in the shape. You know, I'm going to draw the footwear of a boot. Okay. So that is a boot verb because we kick out the nosotros form. So pido, pides, pide, pedimos, piden. Nosotros pedimos un taco. Okay, muy bien. Now let's go down to the next one, which is servir, a cognate. Okay, to serve. Whoops, I put that in Spanish. See, I'm thinking in Spanish all the time. To serve, sorry. Okay. Again, we're going to follow those 3 rules. So this is the E that's going to change to an I. So let's put that in first. So it's serve, 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 serve. And then here we're going to go back to the original, and it's going to be S-E-R-V, serve. Okay, now let's add in the endings. Yo, o, sirvo. 2 big toes, sirves. Remember, IR verbs take the same endings as ER verbs except in nosotros. Any one person, él, ella, usted. One person, one vowel. 2 or more people, ellos, ellas, ustedes. Any 2 or more people that doesn't include you, they go in the van. So this has to be en, sirven. Now, nosotros, because this is an IR verb, is going to be IMOS, servimos. So it becomes sirvo, sirve, sirve, servimos, sirven. So again, I'm going to draw in my boot, my footwear. I did a nice chop, change, add, and this is what my notes should look like. Again, this is a boot verb. You can see the boot right here, kicking out the nosotros form. I hope those notes made sense. I'm going to scroll up and take a quick look at this homework. So on the homework, you should be reading the example so you can see that the top part is pedir. So the first few are going to be pedir. En Mighty Taco, yo pido, right? I order. Yo pido una fajita de pollo con crema agria y un refresco. So, ¿qué tú pides en los restaurantes? So, give your opinion about John and Mary's, Giafano's, McDonald's, and Carbon's. Those are all local restaurants right in Alden. So, if you had to choose, let's see, in John and Mary's, right? I would start with yo pido I'm going to pida una ensalada griega. Okay, sin pollo. I don't like the chicken. I just like the bread and the cheese and the lettuce. So sin, remember sin, it looks like sin in English. Sin means without. You should be without sin. That's how I remember it. Sin means without. So I'm just giving you an example. Of course, you're going to be making your own. You have 4 to do with pedir. When you scroll down, then you have ¿Qué sirven en los días de fiesta? So what are you serving on holidays? Okay, so the bottom is servir. En Navidad, there's my holiday. Nosotros servimos los pasteles de Puerto Rico. And remember, pasteles, back from our Puerto Rico chapter, they're kind of like a tamale, but not really. So that would be what we would serve. Now you've got 3 holidays to talk about. En el Día de Acción de Gracias, mi madre. So here I'm asking you to think about the people as well, though. Notice that this one, it starts with mi madre. En mi cumpleaños, mis padres. So that's going to change your verb. En el 4 de julio, nosotros. And there's some pictures there to inspire your answers. So make sure you're conjugating servir to match the people that are in aqua. If you have any questions, let me know. Hasta luego.